Hey cuties, what's up? We're back with some more reactions after dark, and we have a sentence and a half for a title today. Uh, Obviously, the video is going to be my cousin vomited, pooped, cried, and cried at the same time on her first date with a hot man. Obviously by Stephanie Sue. I like at the end of the title it just says pasta because she spent like the entire 100 character whatever it is on that title. So all she could put at the end is just pasta. Question mark. But yeah, that is a sentence and a half. It implies a lot. Because it's not just that she did all three of those things on a date. It's that she did them on, well, this is on her first date with a hot man. You could take that a few ways. Maybe it does. I don't know. It's like at the same time on her first date with a hot man. So it's like on her first date. So like, how are you saying that? Like on her first date, as in like the first date with a hot man, or is it just like the idea, or is it on her date? Like on the hot man, i.e., like he's carrying her. Maybe he's giving her piggyback because maybe she's drunk out of her mind. I don't know. And then she just does all that on top of him as he's carrying her. Because like if you just did all that, it's kind of just like it's okay. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's in front of the guy. It just means you happen to do those things while you're at the date. Like you go to the bathroom and do all that stuff. Question mark, right? That's a completely different story than he's giving you a piggyback ride and you just unload it all over him, right? So I guess we'll have to see on that. Of course, no hater segment today because again, despite popular belief, the hate comments do not come in very frequently. Despite the double whammy we had before. Again, I don't know what's up with that video. It's like 4 dislikes now. I guess like just like again, maybe just like stay away from those videos. But again, we'll see if I end up doing more of that because it's just like really a handful of dislikes and hate comments. Come on, guys. Though we could argue there's like it's not. I didn't get a hate comment recently. I don't know what to call it. It's just I forget how which is why I'm not gonna bring it up. I'm just gonna talk about it. Someone said they don't know how they got here, but this is psychopathic, lol, or something like that. In reference to like one of my Duolingo videos. It was like the most recent Duolingo video that I had. And they're like, they don't know how they got there, but this is psychopathic. And I don't know what they mean by that. I thought it was funny, so I just thought I'd mention it. I'm not going to say that's a hate comment. They just thought what I was doing in Duolingo was psychopathic. Maybe it's just the fact that I've been doing it for like 700 something days. That's crazy, I guess. Granted, the amount of time I've been doing it on YouTube and the amount of time I've actually been doing it in real life is two different things, because in real life it's like 1,400 days or something. It's like double that. It's only 700 days of me actually recording Duolingo for YouTube. Off camera, it's add another 700 on top of that. So yeah, I don't know what that means. I just thought that was funny. I'll have to think about Radical Break. This video is an hour. I was gonna do a different juicy confessions. I thought this other one was gonna be the last one, but then I saw this in the corner. I was like, oh wait, hold on, what is that? And it's like, I haven't done this one yet. So there's 2 videos left, this one and another one. And then the other one doesn't have Dan in it. It's just Stephanie. Question mark. And I think that's all of them. So there's 16 potentially in total, not counting any like fringe cases that don't really seem like they're juicy confessions. They're just other kind of mukbang talking videos. Question mark. But yeah, I think that is going to be that. We can just get into it. I did start a new series, by the way. Obviously, if you haven't noticed, the Daily Node. This is another daily series. We've got 3 daily videos going up, which the Daily Node is just me in Blender. Blender being a 3D modeling program, making just random objects, just real quick, just daily. Anything I could just whip up real quick. The node part of that stands for what is it? New objects designed every day. That's what the node part is. So that's what the daily node is, me making new objects every day. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. And if you have any suggestions for random objects that I could be making, let me know as well.
channel. My name is Stephanie, and today we are back with another mukbang.
And of course, as usual, we are just going to go ahead and skip past the beginning of them eating and all that, of course. But I think this is about it. It's like 7 minutes, 12 seconds. This is, oh, the ad today was ExpressVPN, of course. I'm assuming it's just ExpressVPN. I forgot, I didn't look at the thing. What was it? expressvpn.com/bish. I mean, I expected that, but yeah, expressvpn.com/bish for that.
Let's get into the confessions. Hi, this one's very short. Not a long one, but I need to get it off my chest. I feel like sometimes I'm like your priest. And I don't mean that weirdly, but like, you'll be confessing some really weird stuff here. I deposited a check twice, $500, and have yet to get caught. It's almost been 5 months and I'm still living on the edge that someone's gonna show up at my doorstep questioning me. Thank you.
Wait, why did you confess that then? Like, hello? Now they know. Now someone's gonna know and find out.
She stole a check.
No,
she didn't steal a check.
She deposited a check and it cleared twice, so she got $1,000 instead of $500.
Dang!
But technically, that's not your fault.
Yeah.
Wait, no, she deposited,
twice.
So she deposited twice on her phone. Oh.
I blame the system.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, if the system didn't want you to do that, why would they let you do that?
Yeah, they should have flagged it.
Mm-hmm.
Duplicate check.
Yeah, and then also, like, how quickly did you do it? Was it back to back, or did you wait a month? Because if you wait a month, then I don't really have anything to say.
Wait, what?
Imagine she, like, deposited, and she was like, I cleared. And then the next month, she's like, let me try it again. Then you have no excuse. But if you did it back to back, you got some excuses, okay?
Yeah, I blame the system.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's a rough one because you'd assume allegedly, well, I think allegedly, that the IRS knows every single penny that you get, even if you don't tell them, like they just know. So it's kind of like, it's kind of annoying, but I think that is, like I've heard, like they just know, like they know every cent that you get, they know. So this whole rigmarole that they make you do for taxes, instead of just being like, okay, this is how much you owe, like just sending you a like notice in the mail or email or something like, hey, we know you've made this much money this year, so you owe us this much, so and so or whatnot. Like the fact that they don't do that is just criminal because allegedly they know. Like there's no beating around the bush. They know how much, and they're just essentially what they're doing is trying to get you to make a mistake to give them more money, or make a mistake for them to come get you, come snatch you up and put you in jail. I don't know. It's all just like criminal nonsense on their part, honestly. But assuming that is true, that they know every dime that you've made, then they know that you deposited that check twice, and that once they come around for you at the beginning of the year, or for income tax, whatever, they're gonna be like, hey, you deposited this twice, we're coming for you. You owe us like $8,000 gajillion dollars because you accidentally rolled your check twice.
The system, it's not your fault. You did nothing wrong. Free my girl. Okay? Fist, I need your help. I feel like I'm in a movie. I'm screaming, crying, throwing up on the floor. I slapped the guy in the face and I got expelled. Okay.
Slap a guy on the face and then got expelled.
But I'm moving my iPad.
Okay. Okay, I mean, doesn't sound that crazy.
Right here, okay. It's getting good. If you love a good love triangle moment, you're gonna need to be here for this story. So let's start with someone. We're gonna call him Mr. Monopoly because he's really smart, but kind of ugly. Sorry, not
Oof.
sorry. Wait, is Mr. Monopoly ugly?
Not that. I think he's adorable.
He's just old, ? And he's a cartoon, so you can't tell how attractive he is. Well, he's a low, I can't say low poly because low poly doesn't apply to I mean, I know he's over here on the side, but he's a minimalistic cartoon ? That's not a proper term, but I'm using that as a term. An old man who's also, his art style is also not showing that much features to begin with, so it's like, it's hard to be like, yeah, he's ugly, sure, whatever, but I think he's just old, so it's like a wrong kind of like comparison.
Looks like a sugar daddy.
He's cute, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you marry him?
Yeah, it's Monopoly, dude. He's rich.
Yo, try this. It's so sour.
Just olive? Mmm. He's literally everything. I've been friends with him for over a decade now, and he's like everything you could ever want in a guy. Literally the sweetest man to ever walk the earth, and he's funny, and he's just the best friend that I could ask for, but honestly, he's not my type. Sometimes I get jealous when he goes out.
He just happens to be ugly, quote unquote, ? If we're talking about the same guy, or the money, or like rich, funny, smart, etc., just unfortunately is not attractive, so it's just like, oof. He has everything, he's a perfect guy, but he's ugly. Oof.
that with other girls, but I have never done anything about it. Sometimes I think he might have a thing for me, but I never thought that he would do anything about it either. So anyway, yada, yada, yada. Time goes on, and I become friends with this other guy. And let me tell you, he is one fine specimen of a man, okay? I'm talking 6 foot tall football player who's jacked.
Like a standard, you know, 6-pack, 6-figure. Well, no, the other guy might be 6 figures, 6-pack, 6 feet tall. Potentially 6 figures. I assume he's not 6 figures, but just your stereotypical man that you assume women want. Over 6 feet. Muscles for days.
But not so jacked that he looks like a bodybuilder. Not that
Yeah. Like, I think that's it. I understand that's not normal either. Like, is it like popular belief that people, like, not people, that women want bodybuilders? Question mark. Because I do know that that's not what, like, the only people who like bodybuilders are men. Like, it's men who want to look like that, and then gay men, allegedly. So, like, you should not be striving to look like a bodybuilder unless you want to attract peers that also will be bodybuilders, or men as partners. Like, obviously, maybe some handful of women, obviously, are going to like bodybuilders. It's the exception that proves the rule, or whatever, however that phrase goes. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you should not be aiming towards that unless you're, like, looking for that, allegedly. Because I'm just saying that's just what I've heard. Like, women don't want a gajillion muscles. They want muscles, but not grotesque. Because you could argue that, like, bodybuilders are kind of grotesque, in my opinion. That they are. Like, just for me, like, too much muscles, ew. Both ends of the spectrum too. Like, man or woman, if you're like an extreme bodybuilder, just muscles at all, it's like, okay, no, I'm no, thank you.
Not that bodybuilders are, you know, they're very hot. They're just not my type. Agreed. Okay, I think some muscles are fine, but when they start looking very turtle shelly on the back, I gotta go. He loves it. He like he's been.
What I used to say, like, women, it's gross. Men, she just said her husband likes it. Again, it's a guy thing. If you want to look at bodybuilder, expect men to come running towards you, not women.
He's been recently on Mr. Olympia.
Olympia?
No, this guy looks
Mr.
scary to me.
Olympia.
Mr. Olympia?
Oh, and then he went through an arm wrestling phase where all of his YouTube shorts. Okay, guys, he's not on TikTok. He's on YouTube Shorts. So you know.
Could that be addicting, those shorts?
Yeah, shorts. Okay, something about the YouTube
Bro,
algorithm. They do be getting you. Okay.
yes.
So, Mr. Olympia, bro, the guy got the most sexy mustache I've ever seen.
Let me see.
No, it's not.
Is so, like, I've never seen a mustache that fits someone so good. I just call him Chris Bum. Look at his face.
Holy.
Look at his face. Come on, man. The way he smirks. Honestly, I think there's a big percentage he won because of that mustache.
Bro, I don't understand his obsession with Mr. Olympia or Mr. Olympic or something. I don't know. But this led him down a YouTube Shorts rabbit hole into professional arm wrestling, and they're just whispering at each other. Let me explain, okay? I come downstairs after waking up, and I hear like really suspicious noises coming from the office. Like, oh yeah, right there.
Oh, yo.
Just hold on tight. Almost there. Almost there. And I'm like, oh my god. Like, first thing in the morning, bro? Like, Jesus Christ. I walk in and I'm like, what are you watching? And he's like, oh, this is so good. You have to come here and look at this. And I'm like, okay, it's that kind of morning. I walk over. It's fucking arm wrestling. And it's two jacked dudes like, almost there. Almost there. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy?
Good. Yeah. That's it. Stay close to it. Don't be in a hurry. Stand up. That's it. That's it. Don't.
This is so silly. I feel like this is them just messing around, because there's no way. Because he's whispering to him, like, encouraging him to win? Question mark.
Don't worry. Don't worry. You're gonna start to feel something now. Are you ready? Good. I'm gonna go a little bit, okay? All right. Go a little bit. That's it. Oh, there we go.
Then.
What?
He sent it in the family group chat. Did
you
you watch
for real?
it?
I sent it to you too. You even reacted to it. That's besides the point.
Yeah, I think that's like a skit or something. That's so silly. Like, oh my god, that was funny, but so ridiculous.
Yeah, here you go.
What were we talking about?
So she has Mr. Monopoly, her best friend, and she just met this other guy that's a 6 foot tall football player. He's jacked, but he's not Mr. Olympia jacked. That's how we got here, okay? But he's tan and has a fucking 6-pack. He's like Theo James. You know Theo James? He was recently on White Lotus season 2, the douchebag husband.
Oh.
I get close with him very fast, and honestly, I'm so down bad. Once again, I have a feeling he might like me, but we don't do anything about it. We had this thing where he would ask me about my dream date, and I would always say I wanted a guy to dress in a suit, bring me flowers, and whenever he saw someone he thought I looked good with, he would give them a business card to a flower shop without an explanation, and he would laugh about it for hours. Okay, so basically, her and Theo James are going around, and he's like, what's your dream date? And she's like, I just want a guy to pick me up in a suit and bring me flowers. So anytime they'd be walking around, he would see a guy, that looks like her ideal type, and he would walk up, no explanation, and hand him a flower business card to a flower shop, meaning like, it's like an inside joke, but the guy doesn't get it. So they're giggle-gaggling about it. Flash forward about a year later, he starts dating my best friend. So don't even ask me how that happened. It wasn't a big deal because we had only ever been friends, but he basically stopped talking to me. He only called me when he wanted me to read his college applications. Like literally, what the fuck? Okay, I know. Long story short, he was not the one for her. Honestly, my best friend was a bitch too, but his friend started sexualizing her and slapping her ass for fun, and he did nothing about it. She was very uncomfortable, and he knew that. I was beyond pissed, but I still had a fat crush on this man. Other than this one incident, he was honestly so sweet and so.
I'm confused on what was there said. Was he doing it, or did she say her friend? I need to hear that again. Because what?
Only ever been friends, but he basically stopped talking to me. He only called me when he wanted me to read his college.
Oh, the stop talking to part. Over here in Texas, I don't know if it's like that anywhere else, but for whatever reason, it's very like heavy part of like the culture, at least when I was growing up or not growing up, like even still now, to cut all ties with basically anyone who's your friend, who's, I guess, absolutely like, who's the same gender as the person you're dating. I mean, it's just like, we're talking about a straight relationship, so like the guy has to stop talking to all his girlfriends, the girl has to stop talking to her guy friends, or like one of the two is making the other do that while the other one isn't doing that, right? It's like, one of the two people are going to enforce this like silent rule of, hey, stop talking to girls, hey, stop talking to guys, question mark. So I'm assuming that's what this is, question mark. I'm not sure, but I need to hear what she's saying about this
like literally,
friend thing.
Okay, I know. Long story short, he was not the one for her. Honestly, my best friend was a bitch too, but his friend started sexualizing her and slapping her ass.
Okay, so his friend, because I was like, was she saying like he's sexualizing her? Because it's like what do you mean? Aren't you in a relationship together? Don't you want to be sexualized by each other? Question mark. But I think what was being said here is that the guy's friend was sexualizing his girlfriend and slapping her, but he wasn't doing anything about it despite being her boyfriend. So he was just letting his friends harass her for some reason. Like, why would you let your friend essentially put you in the chair? Like, not just like put you in the chair whilst harassing your girlfriend. Like, hello?
For fun, and he did nothing about it. She was very uncomfortable, and he knew that. I was beyond pissed, but I still had a fat crush on this man. Other than this one incident, he was honestly so sweet and so hot.
Christ, the urine. When you have the nerd, I guess we'll just call him the nerd who has like literally everything.
Anyway, one day he decided it would be funny to slap my ass. Personally,
Wait, the hot dude's slapping her ass?
And personally, I was done with him, okay? Only using me for my brain, so I slapped him on the face hard.
Oh my god.
Okay, I know this next part sounds made up, Stephanie.
It's gonna lead to something.
But I swear to God, I was in a movie or something. The teacher saw me as I slapped him, and we were both sent to the principal's office. Keep in mind, I went.
Huh? What do you mean you were at the movies, slapped him, and then you got sent to the principal's office? Hello, you were out in the movies, minding your own business in the public space. They have no authority over you. What the heck do you mean you went to the principal's office? The school should have no authority over what you do outside of school, to a certain extent.
I went to a very conservative school, so any kind of violence was not permitted, and I knew I was gonna get hella beat by my mom. On the way there, I kid you not, I started screaming at him, and he screamed back like full on rage, like, why the fuck would you do this? And then in the hallway, he just kissed me. It was literally like that angry sexual tension you see in the movies, and we dead ass made out in the middle of the hallway. And anyway, after that, I could literally feel my heart pumping, and I honestly did not care what the principal would say because I know that I had Mr. Football on my side. Or so I thought.
Oof, got played.
What was that? What kind of tension was that? That was
That's kind of hot, okay? Like that angry tension, like, fuck you, let's make out. You never had that? We can do that tonight. What? Oh, yeah.
I don't know, man. It's a
yeah.
little toxic.
Oh, then we walk into the principal's office, and he blamed it all on me. He said I slapped him for no reason and called me a liar for saying he slapped my ass. He has a very good reputation, and he was one of the quarterbacks on the football team, so they believed him and gave me a 1-month suspension. It is
I like the standard, football star gets away with anything because they're the football star, and the school needs their football star to be squeaky clean, question mark.
say.
That's so
Bro, this is
aggressive.
insane. Yeah. How does he make out with you like that and then turn around and do that? What a shameless piece of shit. I'm rooting for Mr. Monopoly. I stand Mr. Monopoly. Don't make me regret this, okay? It's fair to say that I got really angry and I broke out screaming bloody murder on this guy, and I had just made out with him 5 fucking minutes before this. And guess what? I slapped him again. And then my fucking dean kicked me out of my school. I literally had to transfer schools because I wanted to tap some 6-foot ass, honestly. Fuck my life. But it would have been worth it, to be honest. Like, if I'm being honest with you. Okay, whatever.
Would she say it would have been worth it?
Oh my god. Literally just like ruined your life. I was like, oh, it would have been worth it though. Oh my god. Like, come on. Come on.
Yeah, to like him, yeah. She said, okay, whatever, I'm so over it now. So 2 years later, I'm in my sophomore year of college and I'm actually dating Mr. Monopoly. He told me he liked me and we've been dating for about a year now. And it was easy because we were only about a 45-minute drive from each other. And fucking plot twist number fucking 2. Mr. Football drives 4 fucking hours to my class and I kid you not brings me roses in a suit and tells me he loves me and can't stop thinking about me and gives me some beautiful long speech in the middle of my hallway. So obviously I hooked up with him. Because I didn't know any man could have ever gotten hotter within a 2-year span, if I'm being honest. I'm just kidding. I told him to go fuck himself because I'm a petty.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think Stephanie would have been on board with that, question mark. Right, because Stephanie is usually like, yes, queen, but I feel like this was like, what are you doing? You just allowed this man to come over here and home wreck your relationship that you've been in for a while with someone you said was literally perfect outside of the fact that they're not attractive, question mark. Just for this guy who, again, almost ruined your life. It's just, he just happens to be really hot. Can we stop letting hot people ruin your lives, guys? Can we do that, please? I guess it's like it's not the worst fate, right? Because some people have people who aren't attractive ruining their lives, so oof.
And I blocked him on everything. I'm still dating Mr. Monopoly, and I've honestly never been happier. But I wasn't lying when I said that Mr. Football became the most fine man I think that I have ever seen in my life.
But is she into him or not? Like, is she like...
Yeah, because it seems like she's still fantasizing about this guy despite him, harassing her and then forcing himself on her to like making out specifically, but then her enjoying it because I guess he's just so hot. Then him turning on her immediately, getting her expelled from school, and just all this, and also screwing over her friends. Like, he didn't just screw you over; he screwed your friend over, like by allowing his friend to harass her. Question mark. And you are still like this. Still, this man lives rent free in your mind, despite you having a boyfriend who, again, like she said, was like perfect in every way except for being ugly, question mark. Like, hello? How does this guy feel? I mean, he probably doesn't know, right? But like, how do you think this guy would feel is like that this man is still living rent free in your mind after all this time, and you clearly can't stop thinking about him because he's so hot, and you're still bringing it up to Stephanie now. I guess you better hope that this guy doesn't watch Stephanie's channel, because like, Jesus Christ.
She's ready to cheat like any second now. She's like, ready.
Yeah, like he's just waiting to cheat. Just give her any reason to cheat and she's gonna do it.
To go. Yeah.
I'm ready to go. Sometimes I still f him in my dreams. Kiss face.
Obviously, I'm just kidding. I clicked the wrong button. I was gonna put the ending screen. Is she telling the truth there? Because it's like now I'm conflicted because it's the whole stereotype joke, right? Of like like the woman has a dream of her boyfriend cheating. She wakes up and like beats him because he was cheating on her in her dream, even though he has done nothing wrong, right? It's like that stereotype, except it's the other way around, and you're supposed to not. Like, the whole thing is like, okay, you're not supposed to be mad at them, but I guess it's not the same thing. It's not exactly the same thing, right? Because it's like the person seeing someone cheating in their dream and they're getting mad at them in real life. This is not that. This is you cheating in your mind, possibly on purpose. Are you forcing yourself? I mean, some people can, lucid dream, question mark, right? So they can like forcibly have the dream that they want, right? And at that point, is that cheating? I mean, this is so stupid, right? We're talking about freaking dreams. Yeah, it depends on the person, right? Especially if you can lucid dream on command, question mark. Because if you could lucid dream on command, you're specifically going out of your way to have a lucid, wet dream about someone who isn't your partner. But then it's like, okay, what about Cornography, is that not cheating? And then we're just getting to the weeds, right? Same thing, right? Or even you could argue maybe cornography is worse, but then I don't know, because it it's so nuanced. This I can't believe we're getting in such a like heavily nuanced, kind of like deep, thought-provoking scenario here. Because again, if you can lucid dream and have relations with whoever you want, that means your body can feel it. Question mark, right? It's not just you know, using yourself to get off. It is like your mind. You can actually semi-feel what's happening, right, without any stimulus on your part. So it's almost like it is actually happening to you, and you can achieve finish. We'll call it. You can achieve finish by, you know, waking up from the dream. You can actually finish, right? So it's like it almost like it did happen. So it's like, where do you draw the line? Question mark. If it's an accident, sure, but if you're going out of your way to do it, then is it cheating? Right? I don't know. Like, this is, I don't know. Can I say, is it legal to say that this woman's actually not a good person? Question mark. Because she's screwing this man that she cannot stop talking about inside her dreams. And I don't know if she probably can't do it on purpose, right? She just ends up having dreams that have him in them, but probably the only reason she keeps dreaming and having wet dreams about this man is because she can't stop thinking about him, despite having a boyfriend and whatnot. So it's just like, I don't know. I mean, we're not doing this live, so I can't have like a discussion straight with someone or any of y'all right now. It's just I'm speaking this out and hoping that someone comments on it. But I don't know. Like again, think about the nuance of this deep conversation. Again, if someone can lucid dream, because there are people who can lucid dream every time, they just know how to do it, and then going out of their way to have relations with someone who isn't their partner in their dreams all the time. Like, is that not cheating? As stupid as it sounds, because you're not supposed to get mad at dreams, right? They're just dreams. Or it's just cornography. But again, some people do think cornography is crossing the line. So if that's crossing the line, I feel like forcibly dreaming about someone so you could have relations with them and, you know, actually feel it and reach finish from it is cheating as well. I don't know. This is just Jesus Christ. Before I forget, by the way, this is episode 200 of R.A.D, by the way, so yay, woo. Pull all your party poppers, I guess, or balloons and confetti and all that stuff and whatnot. But yeah, this should be episode 200, which is why I'm doing a Stephanie video today. But yeah, like I was gonna end up forgetting if I just kept going on and on and on about that. I should have said that at the beginning. But yeah, it's episode 200, so yay, episode 200. But yeah, I don't know if they're gonna say, cause who knows if Stephanie will still be like yes queen, or she's gonna be like you're kind of messed up, you're a bad person. It just depends on your moral spectrum. Is that a good way of putting it? It just depends on your moral spectrum. If like what she's doing and what she just said there is horrible or not. Because it's not just the fact that she has dreams, because it seems like the way she put it, she still has multiple dreams on the regular of her having relations with this guy in her dreams. It's that she clearly cannot stop thinking about this guy despite blocking him. Yeah, she at least got him out of her life and blocked him so that they can't interact. Not like that last girl from like way back when, I forgot, where she's still kind of like talking to him and it's kind of like, will they, won't they? Question mark. Despite being with somebody, she's made it so that he can't talk to her, but he is still living rent free in her mind, despite being with somebody. And then, of course, again, screwing them in her dreams. Question mark. I don't know. I think we can move past this, I think, now. But I don't know. I just feel like it's something to talk about. Because I can't get over that.
Anyway, I love you, Stephanie, and I love all your videos. They make me laugh so much. I hope you don't think I'm insane. LOL.
Insane is not the word.
I don't think you're insane. I don't think you're insane, but I do think we should address this. Okay? The elephant in the room. You know what this reminds me of? I saw a TikTok the other day, and everyone in the comments was like, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
And I just was like, this is weird, guys. This is not how I should be feeling about this. It's a girl being like, give the nerdy guy a chance. Like, give the nerdy, I forget what she wrote. She's like, give the nerdy, not so hot, like, blah, blah, blah guy a chance. And it's like videos of him doing nice things for her. And everyone in the comments is like, yes, like, I gave my nerdy guy a chance, and he treats me so well. And I'm like, wait, am I the only one that feels like I would ever say that about my partner? Like, it just feels so mean. It's like, I love you so much. And then you're just like, you're the nerdy guy. I could have chosen the hot guy, but you treat me so much better.
That's I'm look at what I'm doing for you. I've settled for you. Question mark. You should appreciate that I settled for you. I think that's what it's. Dare I say, giving. You're never going to hear me use that slang again, right? But it's quote unquote giving. I settled for you, so appreciate that. Vibes.
Too, yeah.
When you see those TikToks?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
You want to give the nerdy girl a chance? Is that what
No,
you're
he's saying
saying?
it's a little like backhanded.
Oh.
You know, it's like, you think
Oh yeah, backhanded comments. I haven't heard that in a long time. Backhanded comment, though. It's only if you see the word nerdy as like bad. But it's only bad because they're saying give the nerdy guy a chance, which implies like that there's something wrong with them to begin with, and thus they need to be tried on. Whereas if like the other way around, like I was like, give me the nerdy girls from the get-go, like in school. Like again, not to bring it up, but like, well, the dorky I think is more of an accurate word. Dorky but nerd, but the nerd / dorky archetypes in like cartoons or whatever, like that was like the old Velma from Scooby-Doo, for instance. Or again, I'm gonna bring it up because I think I brought it up before. The Taylor Swift song. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like where she's like the girl next door, like looking through the window, and she's like, she's such a dork. I'm not like other girls, right? That kind of vibe. Loved that as a teenager. Question mark.
saying this about your
She's my
partner.
translator. Thank you.
Yeah. Come on, are you guys speaking the same language or not? But people are eating it up, and I'm sure her partner is fine with it because it got a lot of views. No, I'm not saying he's fine with it because it got a lot of views, but I'm sure she would have taken it down if he wasn't fine with it.
Are you sure about that?
My cousin vomited, pooped, and cried at the same.
Huh?
Okay, well, we got into the meat and bones already. I mean, I spent like, 10 minutes talking about the, dream cheating, question mark. So, there's that. Disclaimer, I cannot have those kinds of dreams. I don't know what it is. I have the kind of dreams where if that is something that is going to happen, 9 times out of 10, something will stall me long enough until I wake up. Like, oh, I gotta go do this before we partake in such things, or I gotta go do this, I gotta do that, and I spend an exuberant amount of time doing whatever this little task is. I have dreams like that, and it doesn't have to just do with extracurricular dreams or what could be extracurricular dreams. It's like I'm doing something in a dream that I would like to do, but then I have to do this thing first, and then I get stuck doing this other thing long enough until I wake up. When it should just be a little task that takes like a microsecond. It takes me the entire dream to do. Question mark. Or the dream might just devolve into something else from there. So just a little factoid there. What was something else I wanted to talk about with the last story? I'm not letting that last story go. Question mark, for whatever reason. There's something else I wanted to say, but I don't remember. Maybe I'll remember.
My cousin vomited, pooped, and cried at the same time on her first date with the hot customer in the restaurant.
Okay, I can't understand.
Hot customer?
My cousin vomited, pooped, and cried at the same time on her first date with the hot customer in their restaurant. Hi, it was a story I heard from a friend, so I'm gonna tell the story the exact same way she told it to me, LMFAO. Yana, my cousin, was a waitress in a local restaurant. To describe her physique, she is very pretty and very innocent looking. Basically, she's the type of girl that guys would usually and instantly blush when they get to talk to her. Like, I'm picturing girl next door. Well, at least I know that's true, as I've witnessed a lot of these scenarios of guys tripping over to talk to this girl. But this is my favorite. Yana has had suitors, but none of them were really that consistent. This handsome customer suddenly catches her attention, okay?
Wait, so she works at a restaurant?
Yeah, and this handsome customer walks in. He was sent randomly by the heavens. That's what her eyes said. Okay, that's how she's describing it. It's like heaven sent him down into this restaurant, and here he is, just a body made by Jesus himself, okay? Whew, like literally, he was there every week, and sometimes asked the staff if it was okay for Yana to serve his meal if she wasn't that busy. Basically asking for Yana to serve him. Their sweet and cute interactions in that restaurant lasted for 2 months before he actually got the chance to ask Yana if she would go on a date with him. If someone else told me the story, I would instantly assume that their connection would be smooth as a baby's butt, right? Because they're both hot. Imagine going out with a handsome man who always visits and makes sure that he's there before your shift ends, right? Like, obviously, this guy's a green flag, as others might say. And I would agree, because I assure you, he is. Yana is a lucky ass. Okay? So fast forward, Yana tells me about the date, and I was really happy for her. However, I was worried about her going out with a complete stranger. She's younger than me, so I was really concerned about letting my little Yana, my little cousin, date a hot stranger guy. I saw his pic, by the way. I'm like, holy shit, hot. I didn't care that they had been meeting with each other in the restaurant, or the fact that everyone in the restaurant that she was working with knew him already because he was a loyal customer the second that he laid eyes on Yana. Like literally the minute that he saw her, he kept coming to this restaurant every single week. Everyone in the restaurant knew this guy. But she assured me, and I saw how much she liked him. I mean, who wouldn't? She describes him as being respectful, cute, just perfect.
Well, I don't know if the problem's going to end up being him, if it's going to be her. If she, again, does all these things on him, question mark.
So then she gave me his number and I called him. I'm like a little supervisor, okay? I asked him a few questions, deciding whether I want to cover up Yana's absence from our house. So the cousins live together, and I think the parents would be upset if she had gone on a
Okay, well, I don't know how old they are, because I feel like if I had to get like grilled by some random person who's just like related to the person, I'd be like, hey, you know what, I'm not really interested anymore. Question mark. If if I had to like fight tooth and nail through so much, but then you're like, oh yeah, well, then you didn't really like them, did you? Right? You're not trying hard enough. You need to try harder. So yeah, I don't know, actually.
a date. So she's like making sure that this guy is good before she lies for Yana, you know what I mean? And I admit it. He's so nice. He's assuring, reassuring, and you know, just all that anxiety inside of me about this date, it came loose. Since I got hyped up, Yana and I are getting excited.
Loose. It came loose was a choice of words that you chose for this description of the story when we know what the title of the story is, so
And she's trying
that
on
was a
clothes that
choice.
she's wearing for the date. And then finally the day comes and I'm looking at Yana, who's so beautifully pretty. She wore this cute red cocktail dress and a pair of doll shoes. Her hair was all tied up in a bun and she was stunning, I tell you. But still, I went on and I warned her about what she should do if ever the Johnny guy had bad intentions and all of that jazz. I'm like, okay, this is
Johnny.
step 1, step 2, step 3. I told her to call me anytime she was in trouble and I wanted this date to be a success. Yana deserves it, okay? Yana went on her merry way and I did as well. So Yana goes on her date. And I'm pretty busy with work and I forgot about the date for a while. Afternoon comes around and I was on my way to my boyfriend's car when Johnny was calling me. Yana's date is calling me. The hot guy from the restaurant is calling me.
Okay.
And I told you, my hand was sweating for like a millisecond. It did. I was so nervous. I took the call as quick as I could, and I imagined a million different scenarios of something that could have happened to Yana. I'm like, oh my god, did something happen? And he's like, it's me, Yana. I'm at the hospital. Come here, please, ASAP. I almost strangled my boyfriend to force him to drive as fast as he could to the hospital. I did not waste time. I immediately hopped outside the car and ran toward the emergency room, and there I saw Johnny, the hot guy from the restaurant, with blood on his hands. Blood! I was pissed. I was mad.
Blood? Why would he have blood? Unless it's from, well, I don't know where it could be. Like if it's supposed to be just silly, like maybe she tripped and fell, and like hit her head or something, whilst relieving herself, and she tripped out of, I don't know, whatever, or she relieved. We'll just say a part of her projectile was blood for some reason. I don't know where this is going to go with that.
And I got up in his face, and at this time, my slow boyfriend was finally behind me. And he's like, calm down, try to calm me down, okay? And he's like, and I'm like, where's Yana? What did you do? My voice is echoing in the emergency room, and I really didn't care if a lot of people were looking in our direction. Of course, I'm nervous and I'm panicking, and I was the one who agreed to let Yana go out with this guy. It was my responsibility to take care of her. Johnny didn't even get the chance to speak before Yana, with a bandage around her head, wearing an oversized shirt, hair slightly damp, wearing an unfamiliar pair of slippers, walks up and pulls me away as fast as she can to my boyfriend's car. So she's been discharged from the hospital. My boyfriend, still confused, okay, following behind us. As we went into his car, she screamed at us, asking us to go home. She basically was begging my boyfriend to drive. I'm getting mad, I'm getting frustrated. Me and my boyfriend are constantly asking her questions, but she's just crying her eyes out. We even assured her that we could just go back, talk to Johnny, and not worry as my boyfriend was with us. He could even bring the police. But she kept shaking her head. She said, no. She's screaming, crying. It's my fault.
Yeah, I mean, this obviously is only making things worse. Like, she's obviously going to be hysterical, right? She doesn't understand that she is creating a bigger commotion, possibly by not like giving the full rundown immediately. But of course, she's not going to be capable of doing that. So it's only escalating things in the author's mind even further. Like something really bad happens.
When we arrived home, I noticed how she was utterly blanked out as fuck, so I followed her to her room and I sat silently beside her. At the time, I was confident that Johnny had done something horrible to her. But hey, didn't I tell you he's a green flag? Just wait. For the nth time, I asked Yenna, who's now calmed down. We gave her Chicken Joy from Jollibee as her favorite, okay? At this point, my boyfriend and I were already planning to call the police, but the moment our eyes met, I knew something had happened. Not in the way that one would assume if you saw Yenna's state at the time, but something happened. And she says, promise me if I tell you, you won't judge me? You won't laugh? I promised. How I wish I never made that promise. Basically, what happened was, they decided to watch a movie at Johnny's apartment. Yenna suggested going to the grocery store and buying some ingredients so that they could cook lunch and dinner at Johnny's. So that's what they did. They had a great time choosing ingredients and paying at the counter together. They arrived.
I mean, red flag at the beginning. What are you doing at this guy's house if you never? This is your first date. Like, hello? Why are you at his house? I mean, that has nothing to do with anything that happened, right? But it's just like, hello, first date, his house, huh?
At Johnny's place, and they were about to have their first cutesy little date. What could possibly go wrong? Well, something did, because Yenna slipped. When Yenna slipped, Johnny panicked because she was unconscious for a good 5 minutes, but she resuscitated back to the realm of embarrassment. He panicked and her head was literally bleeding. When she woke up, she felt dizzy and asked Johnny if she could use the restroom. Johnny asked her countless times if she was okay, but she immediately ran to the toilet and started throwing up. Johnny then followed her to the bathroom, gathered up all her hair behind her head so she wouldn't have a hard time puking her guts out. Yenna thought it was the end of her embarrassment, but then she felt liquid gushing out of her butthole.
Wait, what happened?
Why did they have to like describe it like that? Could have said that she just, I don't know. Is that the best way to describe that? I feel like there could have been more tact to that.
Frustration, she starts removing her shorts and undies and sat on the toilet while Johnny helped her. She also ended up puking at the same time on the bathroom floor as she flushed liquid out of her butt. Heart emoji. At this moment, she's already crying. The fact that this handsome guy has witnessed the most disgusting thing that has ever happened in her entire life. I mean, she would expect him to be turned off. And so she cried as she watched Johnny cleaning the remnants of her puke and poop off the bathroom wall.
gosh.
Johnny then went out of the restroom when he felt that Yenna, knew what she was doing and that she could do the dirty deeds by herself. And as he closed the door, he told Yenna that she could shower, and he reassured her that he'd give her his sister's unused undies that were stocked in his apartment and a pair of shorts and a shirt. Yenna couldn't do anything. So
I'm like confused, like where they're at. Are they at the grocery store right now, or are they at his house? And this happened. I guess it's better if it's happened at his house, because then like no one can see it, right? And it's very private moments. Question mark. Oddly enough, I've heard something like this happen before. I don't remember what it is. It was used for like comedy purposes, but I feel like this woman was like devastated. So I've heard like the exact same kind of story where I literally can't describe it to you because it's been so many years since I've heard it. It was like a short video somewhere where this woman was talking about something. She had to go to the bathroom, but like she had to like, throw up like they're saying here. But I feel like she couldn't quite make it, or she did make it. And she was like, she got to the toilet and was trying to, but then, it came out the back end as well. And then whilst I think her boyfriend or husband was there too, and like he saw all this, and she probably was crying too, just like this woman, so the crying and all that, and she was just like devastated. Like, how is she ever going to face her boyfriend / husband again after seeing her do that? Question mark. I don't know. I can't. Again, it was being used for comedy, but obviously this sounds like crazy or gross if you want to go there, but. I literally can't do whatever this short was justice. It probably doesn't exist anymore. Like, it's probably just lost to media at this point. Like, it was funny, but it's just like it just felt like, I don't know, like clearly he is fine, but it's like, again, I think she's like, how am I going to face him knowing that he saw all that ever again? Question mark. I'm assuming like she feels the same way.
So she did what Johnny instructed her. I laughed until I cried, and then I laughed some more. After
Yeah, I mean, I assume that's why she was saying she wished she hadn't asked her, because there's no way she's not going to laugh. Question mark. Despite just being asked not to laugh. Has anyone ever actually, well, we're hearing it now, has anyone in real life ever said, I'll tell you if you don't laugh? Because it's something used in media, right? As like a joke. Like someone says something, they say don't laugh, they say the thing, the person they said don't laugh laughs. It always almost plays out that way. Question mark. But does that even happen in real life? I mean, we're being told a story and we're just supposed to believe that this happened. But like, do people really say please don't laugh. I'll tell you, but please don't laugh, etc., etc. In real life.
After Yana told me what happened, she starts crying. All this time, I was mad at Johnny, but in fact, I should have pitied him. Having to bring a girl home, watch her puke, poop, cry in your bathroom, I wondered what kind of thoughts would wander around in this man's head as he cleaned his restroom. Johnny, on the other hand, was still constantly calling and texting Yana, but she never responded.
Yeah, because it's like, why did that happen? Why did she slip to begin with? I feel like she needs to be in the hospital to like see what happened. Because why slip and then just unload on both ends? I mean, unless it's anxiety, because like anxiety / a panic attack could do that to you, right? Because you're one of the defenses your body has against that fight or flight is to just unload everything, just empty your body of waste. So you will, you know, projectile out both ends. If we'll say, I'm trying to say it as not gross as possible. It will come out both ends potentially if you let it, whilst having a panic attack, I believe. So is that what happened? Like she slipped, got knocked out, got dizzy, had a panic attack. Panic attacks triggered the fight or flight of emptying your bowels on both ends? Question mark. Or did something seriously happen to her when she hit her head?
Johnny even reached out to me, so I told him that it's better if you give Yana space, and if he's still worried, he should come and visit us instead. And he did. He brought with him Yana's undies, dress, and doll shoes that she had left, and they were all cleaned. He had washed them. I'm telling you, she's one lucky bitch. If y'all are wondering how they're doing, we'll take a guess. Okay, take a guess. How do you think Yana and Johnny are doing?
They broke up.
I don't know. I'm assuming that she doesn't want to see him because, again, just like that one woman said about her husband / boyfriend, how is she ever going to face someone that she knows who has seen all of that, though? It's like, if you put it into perspective, do you think that way towards your parents who've probably seen this 100,000 times? You just don't know that? Because do you look your parents in the eyes and think, oh my God, how can I look at them or be around them knowing that they've seen you like that? Like, I don't think anybody thinks that way. So I think eventually maybe you'll just forget about it. But I don't know, maybe because this person isn't like related, right? It's not your parents specifically, that it's something you're just never going to live down. Who knows, right? There's also the coin flip of the other side of that of there's no one on the planet who's going to see me any lower than that moment, question mark. Thus, this is the one, because they've already seen me at my lowest and they're still trying to talk to me. Therefore, I cannot let this one go. I can't let this one slip through my fingers, question mark.
They're never together.
Well, a few years passed after that wonderful incident, and I just got invited by my friend, Yana's cousin, the voice of the story, and she asked me if I was able to join their wedding celebration. What? So yeah, the invitation just reminded me of this story. That's why I'm telling you.
Again, what you call it? It's just
You guys. Yes, we both swore to the grave that red dress, we were gonna bury it, and that she would never tell anyone about this, but I guess I love you guys so much that I had to disrespect the red dress.
Again, like I was saying, you can't let them go. Maybe she understood that. It's like the joke in a lot of Japanese anime, like when guy comes in, goes to the restroom, doesn't know there's a girl in there who's taking a shower, getting out of the shower, whatever, you know, sees her naked, yada yada yada. Or just like when a girl is seen naked in any of these shows, it's like, oh, I can't get married now. You're gonna have to marry me now that you've seen me naked. That kind of situations. It's like, oh, I mean, he kind of did see her naked, right? Because she like literally undressed in front of him just to go to the bathroom. It's just one of those situations, like he saw her again at her lowest, so there's no way he can let him go. Like he's now ball and chains forever.
Wait, but I'm so confused.
What?
Yeah.
How did that happen? A little suspicious to me.
Look, Brett, this is not a true crime video, okay? I'm thinking, what if she had been feeling sick and that's why she slipped?
What if she was drugged?
Bruh,
I don't know. I mean, it is weird. It doesn't seem real, but I don't think it's bad enough to be fact or faked. Fake. We made it up. It's not real. I don't know. I mean, the beginning makes it feel a bit fake, where she's saying, I don't know if it's even her story to tell. Question mark. Because the beginning, I'm confused. It sounded like she was telling the story that someone else had told her. Question mark. Like it was a third party's cousin that this happened to, and she just happens to know the third party. and the third party told them about this cousin that had this incident with this boy, and it wasn't, and they have like no relations to the author themselves who's telling it right now.
Of course, this
Positive,
guy.
positive.
I think she was sick already. Probably some sort of like issue that she probably already needed to diarrhea and throw up. And then in, you know, like when you're so sick, you
Yeah,
start
yeah.
feeling like the room is moving,
Yeah,
Sure.
sure.
and then you slip,
Yes.
and then you wake up, and
Yeah.
both ends are like, I gotta go.
Okay.
Precisely.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying, if this happened on the first date, would you still date the girl? Have you ever cleaned up someone's vomit before?
I have. This was like 4 years ago.
How was the experience?
It was at Waffle House. Yeah, so
Oof. Oh, what, we had to cut that out? It was so bad.
So basically,
yeah.
the camera got cut off. So then it's retelling his
And
Waffle
we're
House
acting
story.
like this is our first time hearing it, so let's do it again. Let's do it again. Tell us what happened at Waffle
a little
House.
hard.
Okay.
Okay. So I had a friend. I know, and then he was like a little tipsy, and so he threw up, and it was like a bunch of hash browns. And
This is new detail. New detail. New detail.
trying to do it a little better.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
yeah, the puke was like whitish, like beige color.
Okay, completely. This is.
detail.
Anyway,
story.
yeah, it was so smelly. It looked like a puddle of like pond or something.
It looks like this, guys.
Yes, the employees had to come help. Some of our other friends, we all cleaned up together.
Oh my god.
While the
I feel like if you work retail, right, or you work at a place that has a bathroom, someone there has to clean the bathroom. Thus, I feel like more people than not actually have had to clean up someone else's excrement.
guy that threw up, he passed out. Yeah,
Oh my
not a
god.
fun experience.
So good. Oh, do you want to ask us a question you've never asked us before?
Yeah.
Like ever?
Wait, I just thought of a story. So a man.
Before we get into that, again, I see this every time. Why is it always going to be gross? I wasn't thinking about it because I was like so intrigued at this story. Weirdly, like, don't come at me. I was so intrigued that didn't think about it. But again, once again, we're talking about the gross stuff. Why is it always gross? I know it's like juicy confessions or whatever, but why is every time it's just gross? Every time.
Yeah.
A man went to.
Don't let me like.
So a man was hungry. He went to this famous ramen shop, right? He sits down, he's ready to order food. And then he looked over next to the table. There's a bowl of ramen that's like full, like completely full.
Oh, no.
Looks like brand
Don't talk about ramen. I ate ramen today. Question mark. If anyone's interested in that, I am still eating the Shin Gold's ramen. Question mark. I probably shouldn't be eating it every day, but I just use it as like a topper for the broccoli that I eat. So a whole head of broccoli. I'm not boiling it anymore because I feel like boiling it in the bag from like H-E-B, Walmart, whatever, is probably really unhealthy. And who knows? It's probably like full of microplastics, and the steaming probably gets rid of all the nutrients inside of it, what have you. So I'm just buying like a full head of broccoli raw and then like cutting it up into a bowl and have like a big bowl. If it's like a head of broccoli from H-E-B fills like the entire bowl, and I'm talking like the bowl probably could fill like a gallon of liquid, maybe, potentially. I'm not sure. And then with the ramen, I boil some water. Then once it's boiling, I keep the stove on. Then I put I don't know if it's tablespoons or teaspoons, but 2 spoons of ginger, 2 spoons of garlic, some Italian seasoning, which is just a bunch of green stuff. Who knows what's in there, right? Some Italian seasoning. I mean, I'm just joking about that, but like, yeah, some Italian seasoning. Just pour a bunch of that on that. What else is that? Oh, some black pepper. Then we add some sunflower seeds until it like fills like the top of it. Then, what are we doing? Oh, a whole bunch of diced onion, and then a bunch of mixed vegetables. Then the seasonings that are from the ramen, and then the ramen itself, all in that bowl, like all in that pot, I should say, and then put that back on the stove and let it cook until the noodles are like soft the way it's supposed to be, and then you pour that on top of the bowl of the broccoli. So the broccoli's still raw, but like the juice from the ramen will heat it up on like in the bowl as you take it to where you're gonna eat it, right? Because I feel like just eating raw broccoli is way better than doing anything else. If you want all the nutrients out of broccoli, like the best thing you do is eat it raw, rather than like cooking it any other way. Allegedly, like apparently, like the best way to eat broccoli, if you don't want to lose if you want to lose the least amount of nutrients in it, is to stir fry it really slow, like take an hour and a half stir frying that thing. Don't know if that's true or not, but the only other way would be like just eat it raw, because you're losing nothing, which of course is how I'm eating it. But yeah, that's a lot of food. But if you don't want to know what I'm eating every other day for breakfast, that's it. You know, like a whole head of broccoli, and then a bunch of vegetables and whatnot. Vegetables, ginger, onion powder, garlic powder. Sorry, did I say onion powder earlier? I meant garlic powder, like 2 spoons of ginger, 2 spoons of garlic. I think I said garlic. Anyways, nobody cares.
Brand new. And he was like, huh, why did whoever ordered it didn't eat it and left?
Yeah.
So he's like, oh man, okay, you took it over?
Oh, no.
What?
I think I know where this is going.
So he started eating it, right?
Yeah.
He's slurping, eating, ooh, delicious, all the way to the end.
Okay.
And he looked down, there's a dead cockroach.
Ew.
Oh my god!
At the bottom of the plate. So he's like, oh my god, he gagged and he threw up right into the bowl.
Ew.
And then another guy walks by. He's like, hey, you saw the cockroach, huh? That was me.
Bro, you're so funny.
You think so?
When he acts like this, yeah.
Are you ready for the next confession?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've seen you talk about eczema previously with another confession and your sister's experience with it, and Sophie's experience, and potentially me. Okay, we got a whole eczema family. Okay, when I was little, like a little
Like her sister passed it down to child.
baby to like 7 or 8 years old, I had pretty
Hereditary?
severe eczema. It was on my arms, behind my knees, and it made just mobility really hard for me. I developed sensitivities to basically everything, like milk, scents, soaps, fabrics, feathers. It made my life really difficult since all I wanted to do was be a normal kid. To top it off, my older brother of 3 years has autism, and often he got more attention than I ever did as a kid, which I totally understand. But I always just felt this burden to my parents since I really didn't have since I've had a really bad underlying health issue my whole life. I've always been clumsy, and I just had terrible luck with my health, like my kidneys issues growing up, random trips to the ER, being stung by a stingray, like all these stories for another day. Okay.
Stung by a stingray? Literally my arch enemy? Hello? Can we eliminate all stingrays from existence? Also, how are you still alive? I guess like it wasn't like actually got the barb, right? Just got stung. Again, stingrays, the greatest enemy to mankind, public enemy number 1. If you understand why, well then kudos to you. If you understand why I'm saying that, it's because of, Stingray killed Steve Irwin, and everybody who's my age loves Steve Irwin. So the fact that Stingray killed Steve Irwin is like, okay, you're on the number 1 hit list, Stingrays. I don't care if it was like not necessarily Steve Irwin's fault, but and not the Stingray's fault. I don't care. You took out Steve Irwin. All stingrays are dead on sight. You hear me? Stingrays on sight? Question mark.
Okay? After I was like 8 or 9, my skin starts to clear up, just probably due to my age since eczema seems to come and go for many. Around this time, my parents divorced and I started to move around my state a lot. Randomly though, one day, years later, when I was in 5th or 6th grade while on a trip to Myrtle Beach, my face just began to swell up. It was the second day of the trip and I'm from Massachusetts, so we were far from home and my dermatologist to get any help. From there, it turned into this massive eczema flare-up on my face. And after this time, literally anything would trigger these flare-ups. Every time, they would just get worse. My eyes would be swollen shut for days. I would have to slather my body in lotion and ointments and take steroid medications to help my skin, which eventually they would up the dosage, which would cause residual swelling from the steroids. This was on and off for years. My quality of life was dwindling, and so whatever self-esteem I had is just gone. I've always been shy. I've had bad anxiety, so this just blew my world up. I begged my mom to let me stay home from school when my skin was like this. I remember on days, it would just peel. My skin would just peel, and kids would say that I'd look like I had a beard or sand on my face. Teachers would stare at my red inflamed skin and ask if there was something going on with me after reading the emails my mom sent to them about my situation. I told the principal, and she did nothing. The bullying was nonstop. The only thing that faculty and staff did for me was tell me to stand up for myself. Okay, I always say this, but I feel like eczema is so under-talked about. Like, everyone thinks eczema is like just stop itching, or they think it's like a vanity issue. It affects so many people, and it's literally debilitating. I moved from that school to another one in 8th grade. I had another fresh start, and then when my flare-up would start at the school, I was so terrified to go to school. I begged my mom to let me stay home. I was out for a month at that time, and I was sick. I had like a weak immune system. I went into school finally, and I tried really hard to hide my face. Like, I'd hide it in my sweatshirt, behind my sleeves, literally anything. But when someone finally saw my face at this new school, they were surprised that I was back, and they were worried about me. And I was so confused. I didn't realize kids could be nice and not judgmental. I cried when I got home from school, and I was so happy that they weren't mean to me. No one made any comments. They were all just happy I was back. The story kind of takes a turn for the worse here, though. The summer before I started high school, I had the worst flare-up of my life.
I was gonna say, this is supposed to be like a juicy confession, and this just seems like she's telling like a sad story that isn't like really a confession so far.
My body was covered in eczema. I was trying homeopathic remedies, ointments, balms, salves, lotions, honey, tea, herbs, water treatments, oatmeal baths. Everything dried my skin more and more to the point where not just like walking hurt, but even eating was difficult. The skin around my mouth was so chapped I couldn't even open it without re-splitting the scabs and cuts on my lips. I was miserable. In this moment in my life, I wanted nothing more than to die. I didn't see a point in living a life that I couldn't even enjoy. I couldn't travel or walk or eat or be happy without the constant itch and pain, the looks and the judgment. I just couldn't take it anymore. Like, whatever confidence I had, which was already in the negatives, it was gone. I hated myself so much. I truly wished I could have been born anyone else. I ended up getting bumped on a waitlist for a very, very famous derm in the area. He saw my skin and immediately knew how to help me. Rather than making me try more medicines and creams, he just went straight to the shots. Oh!
The shots your sister
Yeah,
tried.
that many people use to treat their eczema. Cleared up almost completely. I still get small patches, but nothing to be upset about. My life has gotten so much better. I am able to exercise, eat, and sleep without pain. I can't necessarily say I'm happy since everyone has their other problems, but I can finally say that I want to continue to live this life. I look forward to living life to the fullest. If you're wondering where you come in, during one of my baddest flare-ups in 2019, I was bedridden and I stumbled upon your channel. I've been watching your videos ever since, whether I'm eating or drawing or just doing homework. When I couldn't enjoy my life, I felt like watching you could help me look forward to the life I could live when I was better, and the food I could eat when I was better. I'm super interested in Korean culture now as well, and I really want to study in Asia when I go to college. The food there?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I feel like that was just like a story. There's a sad story. I mean, it ended like not necessarily that bad, right? Because they got the shots. They're doing better now. They watched Stephanie ? But yeah, I feel like that was just a story.
Okay, thank you, Stephanie, and Dan, for filling my lowest moments with laughter and company. Stop it. Stop it. But seriously, I can't say that I relate to you, but I have seen literally firsthand, like, just how hard it is to have eczema. Even now, like, my sister's gotten a lot better with the shots, but Sophie was just over, and her ear is, like, cut up, basically, because it's so dry, and, you know, they put all the ointments on it, they take her to the doctors, but when she's sleeping, she gets itchy, and she pulls at it, like, it's...
Just so unfortunate, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like that's her whole life. Sophie's gonna be dealing with this.
I know, but like sometimes doesn't it go away from a baby? Sometimes, like
so
later.
they do say a lot of babies' eczemas go away, but I don't think Sophie's gonna go away. That's like what my sister thinks because it's like in the family and stuff. Another thing is like some people's eczema kind of ebbs and flows, but it's just kind of always there. Yeah, it's so stressful.
Hopefully
Like
Mia doesn't.
I don't think Mia has eczema as of right now, but it's crazy. Like even Sophie, sometimes she'll have to take days off of daycare because she just has flares up.
Yeah.
Like out of
It's crazy.
nowhere.
Sometimes like midday, like when
Yes.
Sophie comes
This
over,
happens.
like you just see patches on her face.
Just so red and
Yeah.
inflamed.
So
Yeah.
And she
interesting.
starts to cry
Oh
and
yeah,
like
because
it's
you know,
rough.
like when you're a kid, imagine just how uncomfortable, and you can't even
Yeah.
say anything. Like you don't even know why. It's
So you just cry
uncomfortable.
or
Yeah. Oh, Stephanie, I'm probably one of your few male viewers.
Oh, just like out of nowhere. I don't know if I've ever thought about that. Like this person saying one of your few male viewers, and I never thought of myself as a male viewer. I mean, I guess she probably has like a 99% female demographic, right, on her channel analytics. Since again, like my channel was like nearly 90% at one point female because of, I'm assuming, Stephanie Sue specifically. So I guess it makes sense that not that many guys watch her, question mark. I just never thought to be like, oh yeah, like I'm one of the only guys who watches Stephanie. Granted, I'm watching Stephanie to react to it, but still, it's not something that really crossed my mind.
Thank you so much. You might be. Okay, sometimes I look at my demo and I'm like, guys,
I mean, that again, that kind of
I'm probably
was
one of your few male viewers. Thank you so
fine.
much. You might be. Okay, sometimes I look at my
Girls, but in red. Oh, it's just, I was like, is it the red supposed to be guys? But no, it's girls and then girls in red. Funny joke. But yeah, again, this kind of was like what my analytics look like. I don't want to look at them now because I'm going to be, if I look at them and like, oh, you're 50-50, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to be sad. That isn't like 100% female. I'm just joking. I'll look at it and see what it says right now for anyone who's curious. I just looked and it's like, oh, come on, girls, man, really? See, that's what I was worried about. Because I was like, oh, cool. I'm like one of the only guys who has like a majority female audience. But because again, it was like in the 80s, like 80% female audience when I started doing R.A.D videos last year. I just look at it now. I was like, males have taken over. It's like 50-something% men, 40% female. Come on, girls, you got to beat those guys. Yeah, you got to get rid of them. Got to get those numbers up. Also, I think I said like 70% of people. Let me check. Yeah, 80% of people are not subscribed. Like, hello, if you're not subscribed, freaking subscribe. Am I gonna have to be like a sellout and at the beginning of these videos say like, subscribe, comments, and hype at the very beginning instead of at the end when no one's watching? Am I gonna have to start doing that now since 80% of you people are not subscribed? Hello? Go down right now and hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Like, I am so flabbergasted that it's nearly 80%. It's like 79 point something percent, which is basically 80%. Like, Jesus Christ. Again, girls, you got to take your crown back. You got to get those numbers up. You got to beat them. Got to beat the boys, please. Also, majority audience is Japan again. We're back up to 40% Japan. Cool. But I think that did fall off at one point. It was down to like 11. if not lower than that. And I don't know how we got back to 40%, like majority Japanese audience. Like United States, I think was only like 11. Let me check. Yeah, it's like 41% because it's like 40.9. 41% Japan is like part of the demographic. Then 18% United States as another pie of the demographic, and then 8% South Korea, I believe, and then everything else is a bunch of random stuff below that, right? But yeah, we're back up to having a majority Japanese audience again. Only 18% American United States audience, which I think United States did end up taking the lead again at some point last year. But now we're back to 40% Japanese. I don't know what they're watching. If you're Japanese and you're watching this, I guess let me know, because I don't know what the heck y'all could be watching on the channel from Japan. Because at least at the beginning of last year, I was reacting to anime, even though those videos have been purged from time and space and have been banished to the Shadow Realm, so you could never watch them again. But I was reacting to anime at the beginning of last year. So I was like, okay, I'm doing Duolingo, Japanese Duolingo specifically, and I'm also reacting to anime. So it kind of makes sense that the Japanese audience would spike to be the number one. But again, like, that stuff has been purged from existence before R.A.D videos even began. And the Duolingo videos don't really get that many views. Like, I'm just doing it to do it, right? So it's like, where are y'all coming from? Is it just Stephanie, right? Do y'all just like Stephanie as well? Question mark. I mean, I guess they must do, right? Because then 41% Japanese audience on that. So again, that's crazy. Again, 81, come on, 80% not subscribed. Come on, guys, subscribe. I know I keep repeating myself, but we're going to set the video again. Yeah. If you're a Japanese audience member, let me know. Question mark, because again, like 40% is a huge chunk of people. Again, you're the majority audience. So again, let me know if you want to let me know. You don't have to let me know. Again, 80% not subscribed. You got to subscribe. And come on, girls, you got to beat those boys. Get those numbers up.
Demo, and I'm like, guys. Well, there are no guys, so okay. I think your content is lit. Keep doing what you do, Stephanie. Stop it. Stop it.
You think your content is lit?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Stop it.
On fire.
He's like, no, literally, it's a dumpster fire, okay? So this
I guess I am also dressed as B-Lock as well, so maybe that also gets the Japanese audience. The B-Lock, if you still somehow don't know, this rabbit is B-Lock from the anime Shangri-La Frontier. So maybe that's also why, because I'm not just like a cartoon rabbit, anime rabbit. I'm like a specific character from a anime, question mark.
story contains mature elements, drugs to be exact, as a brief disclaimer. Back in March, the craziest thing happened at my school, and I got to witness it firsthand. By the way, I'm a student at a highly prestigious male-only Australian high school. Oh, that's kind of cool. So obviously cases, situations involving violence and illegal substances, super rare at this school. School finishes at 3:15 p.m., but I had an after-school commitment, so I finished later, so like around 4:30 p.m. As I'm coming out of school, I see two students from my year level through the window of the second floor walking on the school oval towards, bro, these terms are too fancy for me. I don't know what the school oval is.
The oval is a sports field in the shape of an oval.
It's like, maybe like a courtyard towards another younger girl from our sister school. Okay, so the girls have a private school, the boys have a separate private school, but they often collaborate in events, you know, like sister schools. I didn't think much of it, and I started heading down the stairs and out of the building because a lot of students from our school will hang out with the girls from the sister school, but as I'm leaving, I hear screaming. I looked over and I saw that the two guys had pulled out a machete and were threatening her. I obviously couldn't have fought against a machete and two of the biggest gym bros at my school, so I ran to get the teacher and hoped that she would be fine until then. The teacher came out and started screaming, and the boys had no choice but to drop their weapons knowing that they had been caught. Well, anyways, I just left the situation to the teacher to deal with because my parents kept spam calling me. Next day, two students are pulled out of the class and everyone had heard about what had happened to the girl. Turns out it was a drug deal gone wrong. The girl...
Yeah, I feel like they need to be expelled / prison time or juvenile detention, right?
Who was in year 10, a sophomore, was the one dealing drugs. Like, it was a big order. And the two guys...
Hold on. What?
The girl who was in year 10, a sophomore, was the one dealing drugs. Like,
So the girl is a dealer. Like, what the heck is going on over there? Question mark. Why do the boys have a machete? A machete, whatever. Like, why do they have a machete? It's like, it's one thing for them to be, because it's like, okay, the boys are want to dabble in something bad, but the girl is a dealer, so she's like a criminal, question mark. But how did it get to that point where we're going to find out, right? But shouldn't they all be squeaky cleaning? I mean, maybe that's where you would see dealers more often, right? Is in the squeaky clean places because they have the money to do said things. I mean, like actors, right? Actors are supposed to be on narcotics constantly, right?
Like, it was a big order. And the two guys that were the ones wanting to buy from her, well, they didn't want to pay, so that they thought it was a good idea to scare her by pulling
Well, they were going to try to fake rob her.
out the machete and just stealing the drugs from her. So they got arrested for attempted assault and possession. They didn't have to face the harshest consequences because they were so young and rich. They all just got community service, including the girl. At the next assembly we had, they were giving out awards to students for their condemnable qualities, and I received a bravery award for responding to the situation well. So because of this, I got a DM. Not me being like, did I DM someone?
That's direct message
From guess who?
from the bullies.
From her. So we talked for a few weeks, and suddenly we're in a relationship. Wait, what?
I was like, wait. It can only go two ways. Like, she's going to threaten him, or they're going to be in a relationship. And I was like, yep. It was door number 2. They're in a relationship now.
Wait, what? Like, you're just suddenly in a relationship with like Queen Narcos? Like, what just happened? Like, you saved someone, got a bravery award, and now you're running some shit. Like, she would spoil me with gifts because she was so rich, and with all that money from her drug deal, she's set for life, basically. Oh, I bet, because these private school kids,
She's set for life. How much is she dealing?
I mean, think
Well,
about these private
I mean, she was probably set up for life before she was dealing, slinging that stuff, right? So, like, how does she view this? Because you could see, like, oh, maybe this is a knight in shining armor scenario where, she was the damsel in distress. He called the teacher to come help, and she thought she was going to get, like, die or something, right? And she's like, oh, he saved me. I want to be with him or something. I don't know. They're kids.
Oh my God.
Is she dealing millions?
Oh, but
Well,
private school kids.
she
they're
continues
rich.
to do these drug deals. Yeah. Obviously, with
What? You just admitted to being with a drug dealer? Question mark?
more caution after getting caught. A bonus of our relationship is that I get free drugs. So
What are you talking about? Okay, whatever. You can have each other. Cause I was gonna be like, I'm not. No, thank you. I'm not I'm not dating a drug dealer. Are you out of your mind? I'd be pressed to be with someone who does drugs to begin with, let alone who's going to deal them. And it's like, okay, you're just an addict. Okay, congratulations, you belong together.
So after a month of dating, I think she's starting to know that I'm only in it for the money. Yeah. So I saw her hitting up another guy on her phone. But the crazy thing is that guy is the friend of the attacker, like the one who pulled the machete on her. I don't know if I should tell her that because I don't think she knows. Maybe I should. Anyway, the longer we stay in this
How does she
relationship,
not
the longer
know?
I'll have free supply of drugs. So, so what do you guys think I should do?
Oh, send it over here.
I don't know. I feel like this is a didn't happen. You made it up. Fake news. Fact or faked kind of scenario because come on. Also, you picked Australia, which if you don't know, the Australia is like the butt end of the joke. Is that a good way to say it? Right? Where they're just all, they're all criminals because of the whole thing of who was it that like dumped all their criminals into Australia, and then everyone who's a descendant in Australia is just a descendant of a criminal, like that joke slash stereotype. So like you're also, I feel like they're preying on that as well because they said Australia, right? So it's not just the fact that it's just so ludicrous of a girl slinging that. What is it? What's the word? I can't remember like the stupid term for these narcotics, but just slinging those drugs, and then the guy getting with her, apparently being a drug addict as well, getting all this money. Like that's a ludicrous story to begin with. But then also placing this story in Australia. On top of that, if you have the context of it being a stereotype, everyone who's in Australia is a descendant of criminals, ? So it's just like, okay, this is.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction.
So yeah, I'm kind of calling bull on that one. I don't know.
Send some over here. Okay.
I say don't bite the hand that feeds you, you know what I mean? I say do what you gotta do. I'm just kidding, I don't say that. I'm a family-friendly channel. I say don't do drugs. I say
And then when apparently, allegedly, Win was his family-friendly channel since we've been told that has never been, and it has apparently allegedly been worse than it is now. So, complete false. That's the biggest fact or fake. We made it up kind of sentence right there. Question mark.
They know to peer pressure
Yeah.
and drugs.
I do say don't do drugs, kids. Like, literally, as someone who was straight edge, no drugs, no cigarettes, never been drunk, never been tipsy, all that.
Yes.
All drugs are bad.
Yes, Stephanie, and not just for joking. I am serious. Though I'm assuming they probably like smoke weed or do like weed gummies or something. I assume like that's just so normalized now that I don't assume that they wouldn't do that, especially wherever they live. They have multiple places they live, so.
Anyways, don't do drugs.
This is the story of how I found out my whole life is a lie. Okay, growing up, I'd always been confused with my identity. You know, my mom is Thai and my dad is American, despite living in the land of the free. I've always been brought up with Thai food, Buddhism, and Thai customs, like putting my palms together and bowing when greeting a Thai elder or taking off my shoes before entering the house. This was much to my father's disappointment. Wait, what?
Is this person not Thai?
As he would always remind me that I'm an American. Wait, you can be Thai American, sir. What's going on? Whenever I speak Thai to my mother or call my mom's food smelly, before offering to order some variation of fast food. Wait, he calls your mom's food smelly? So yes, very confusing and way too much for my little brain to handle.
When is it going to come out that I don't know who this is, that they're not Thai? I mean, what could it be to be like, my entire life is a lie? Are they not Thai? Or, I guess their dad not their dad? Is their mom not their mom? Is their mom? Because it doesn't make sense if their mom's Thai, well then they should be too, but is the mom stepmom? Question mark. And then she's forcing his actual child to live the way that she wants them to live, even though she's literally not their mom. I don't know.
I also have another part of my family. I have an aunt who's my mom's sister and a cousin who's half Thai and Japanese. For some reason, her and I were like twins. Like we looked the same, spoke with the same voice and pitch, like the same things, etc. We were like sisters. But anyways, my friend and I saw this trend where people would send their DNA to a company who tells you your heritage.
Oh God.
So we used some of our pocket money to buy a kit. In no time, the results arrived. We both
You're never going to catch me doing one of these.
pressed on the app, the bright screen gleaming at us. But when I saw my results, I was shocked. I wasn't American. Like, I didn't even have a drop of European in me.
Okay, so dad's not your dad. Well, then why is he getting mad that if you're not even his child? Because I feel like it only makes sense if he's not the father.
I was Thai though, thank God. But what was the other half, the other 50%? I scrolled down with anticipation. I was 46% Japanese/East Asian. I gasped. I showed my friend my results. As soon as we got home, I asked my mother and she explained to me, like, yeah, it's true. She had gotten with my uncle.
What uncle? The uncle on your dad's side or her own uncle? Like her brother? I'm confused. Like, is an uncle here would be the mom's brother? So is this incest or is it just her uncle-in-law? Is uncle-in-law a thing?
Who's Japanese?
In Japan, after my aunt and him divorced, I asked her whether dad knew or not, and my unhinged mother said exactly this. Nope, just me and you know now.
Wait. So she's half Thai and half Japanese?
Yeah.
Like 0%.
White.
And the dad was like, that's my child.
Wait, the weird part is the uncle. So the mom.
No, but I think that's the aunt is her sister. So like her sister's.
Yeah, the sister's
Yeah, okay.
husband is Japanese.
Yeah,
Wow.
that kind of, told me to keep it a secret and never tell a soul. So I haven't until now. Also, I love your videos. I have always been into true crime and you make it so much more entertaining and not as gloomy. I also love to kick and eat while I listen to your mukbangs. Keep it up.
I feel like you can't just be like, okay, here's how I learned that my dad's not my dad. Anyways, love you. Bye. Like, what? What do you even do after that? Because you hate your dad? Do you like your dad? Do you, like, not like your mom anymore? Or do you just not care? Because, like, since your dad's not your dad, again, do you just not care about him anymore? Or do you feel bad for him that your mom lied and cheated on him and is also now you're lying to him about not being his child? I feel like it's something you have to wait until you're an adult, but of course that could make things worse because it's like, oh, I've potentially taken care of someone who isn't my child, their entire youth, and then didn't get told that until they were an adult, where they're basically off the hook. right? So it's, and by that I mean, like, if they would have told him sooner, then he could have just left and not taken care of them, not given child support, whatever. But like they're being forced to take care of someone their whole life. But it's like, okay, they're your child anyways because you're the one who's being forced to take care of them. There's like a stepchild at that point. But I don't know. It's crazy nuanced nonsense. Again, like, what is this person's thoughts though? I would have liked how they feel now. You can't just say your entire like life has been turned upside down and then not express how you feel about it now.
Wait, I'm having an identity crisis right now. That's it? You're just gonna leave me there? You're just gonna leave me there after finding out that your mom had an affair and then you're like half Japanese and then you're gonna be like, anyway, I love your videos because like, I don't know, I cook and eat and watch it. That's it?
Literally.
What?
Yeah, like so she and her cousin are basically step sisters.
And they're like twins, she was saying. They look the same,
Yes.
they talk the same.
Maybe they are twins.
Yes, because they share the same dad. Just different, and the mother
my
is
God.
the mothers are sisters.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god,
Wait,
oh my god. Oh my
so
god.
the same father and the mothers are sisters.
Oh,
That's
he's
weird.
doing some nasty
Oh,
shit. That's what he's
fucking
doing.
weird. So how are the kids related then?
They're cousins and half sisters.
They're cousins and half sisters.
Kind of cool.
That's kind of cool.
That's hello,
And then you gotta
Landon. What?
So like, how do you suddenly like? Oh, I don't know. I just randomly want to learn Japanese. I just feel like Tokyo might be a great place for me to move to.
You can say like, I wanted to watch anime without subtitles.
Oh yeah, because my dad would believe that. My dad would be like, oh.
Again, we're just like completely ignoring the fact that this man has been cheated on, and is taking care of a child that isn't his from said affair. We're just like not even going to acknowledge that.
My stupid ass kid is learning a whole ass language so she can watch anime without. Bro, sometimes I be fucking dubbing K-dramas when I get lazy. I'm like, just dub it, just dub it. Okay, I'm busy. I mean, maybe for her it might work, not for me. My dad would be like, what? Something's weird. Something's weird. Hello, Stephanie. That's very formal. I started watching your videos during the pandemic, and now I've gotten to the point that I watch your videos while doing my homework, washing the dishes before I sleep, etc. Your videos are just so entertaining and wholesome. Thank you for sharing your joy. Wow, it's very like grammatically correct, I feel. My confession. It's like very grammatically correct. I'm taking nursing. I don't like it. I mean, I don't like biology, anatomy, and physiology, and pathophysiology. I hate it. I do like helping people, just not through nursing. However, I come from a Filipino household, and
I'm assuming if you don't like it, then don't do it. But there's no choice. So you're being forced to go into a profession that you don't want to just because of where you come from.
if you don't have any Filipino friends or have seen Jokoi on Netflix, you probably, bro, let me tell you why I watch Jokoi. Because Androba won't shut up about Jokoi. That's all he talks about. Anytime we talk about, like, we could literally crack the smallest joke, okay? And we'll all be like, and then he goes, speaking of funny, have you guys seen Jokoi's latest Netflix special? I'm like, do you work for him? Do you work for him? You probably might not know that Filipino households, especially Filipino moms, push their children to do nursing. I would like to clarify that I'm trying my best, even though nursing is like the death of me.
Yeah, if everyone's pushing to do nursing, who's going to do all the other jobs? Question mark. If everyone's being a nurse, then I mean, this doesn't make sense. But like, if everyone's a nurse and nobody's a nurse, but who's doing all the other jobs if everyone's just a nurse?
Hospitals are in need of nurses, and there are people suffering that need help. I don't want to let my future patients down. But just to give you a little bit of background on myself, I'd like to say that I'm an artsy person. I love to sing, sew, crochet, embroider, paper crafting, etc. I've even have a book that I've been planning to write since 8th grade. I'm 21 now, by the way. I also used to play the violin until I quit in senior year. None of my hobbies scream nursing. It's not like I want to go professional with any of my hobbies. That's just gonna suck the fun out of them. I don't even know what I want to do. My mom still wants me to be a nurse, and that's that. I retaliated once, and she explained to me if that she hadn't been a nurse, both her and my dad wouldn't have had a job during the pandemic. She said the hospitals will always be the last ones to go down. This is the sad part, but I feel like a fraud. I've never held a job, let alone am very comfortable around people. As I progress forward in my nursing career, there's this like crushing pain that I feel like I don't belong. My friend's mom has also made comments saying that I probably won't make it.
Damn.
And my mom sees that as an opportunity for me to prove her wrong. I'm not exactly a social person, and I'm worried to talk to anyone about how I feel. It hurts to know that I can only keep these feelings for myself. I really want to try my hardest, but it's getting harder to when I don't have the motivation to try. I have to keep silent about exams because my parents will pester me about my grades too. Not to mention, my mom is a nurse with a lot of experience. She's well known in her department, and she's knowledgeable, and I'm scared going forward because my classes are getting harder, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna fail my NCLEX, the ultimate final nursing exam, and everyone's gonna be disappointed. I try to stay positive about the freedom that I'll have to do whatever I want when I become a nurse, but there's always a sense of guilt and fear looming over me every day. Anyways, I'm sorry that this is very long. I didn't expect it to get this long. Thank you if you're reading
Long? I feel like that was like a couple seconds.
this. Your videos bring a lot of joy and happiness whenever I'm upset.
That's relatable though.
That is so relatable. And I don't even know.
What to say?
Yes, because, you know, it's so much easy to give advice in this situation to be like, you should follow your dreams, but then, like, who pays rent? Who pays bills? Who's gonna...
I don't know. Your mom's a nurse, allegedly. Does that not mean that they have a lot of money? Question mark. You get some of that generational wealth? Question mark. Assuming we're saying that she isn't making enough, well then it's like, okay, why are you pushing so hard to become a nurse? to pay the bills if you are like a top of the line nurse yourself and aren't able to keep the lights on. Well, we're not saying that specifically, but you're not accruing generational wealth for your daughter to live the life that she wants, then why are you trying to make her do the same thing if it clearly isn't getting you to this crazy amount of wealth? I don't know.
Who's gonna tell your mom that?
Hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say with that.
Who's gonna tell your parents that? Like, who's gonna do the hard parts of following your dreams? Especially because you know, you might not even know what your dreams are. You know what I would say? Keep doing what you're doing, but sunken ship fallacy.
Hey, you told me
Sunken
about
ship
that.
fallacy, okay? Because one thing I noticed, like even with my sister, I'm always like, oh my god, you should try all these different things, you know? But she's like dead set in her pharmacist ways, because you know she went to pharmacy school and did all of this, and she literally worked so hard. I'm just like, just the same as you know? But then like if you become a nurse and you've been through all that pain, but an opportunity strikes, or you have this feeling like you need to try something.
Yeah,
don't
so the
fail
sunken
too.
ship is that the ship is already sunk. Like, just make decision from this point on,
Yeah.
instead of looking back and saying, oh, I spent 10 years, or I spent all this money studying to be a
Oh, it's the opposite of the sunk cost fallacy, which is what she's suffering from right now. Is she's spending so much time as a nurse. Her mom's a nurse. I don't know about her dad, but like she's going to spend way more time being a nurse. She's already sunken so much cost into this that she no longer can escape it. Like she's stuck in the sunk cost fallacy, right? There's nothing she can't do but be a nurse. And I guess the sunken ship fallacy, sunken ship, whatever they're calling it, is the opposite of that. It's like, okay, you've already wasted a lot of time on this thing, but the ship has already sunk. Move on.
nurse, or I already spent all these resources, but instead just think, what's the best decision I can make right now moving forward? It's like, think of it, the movie, right? You go to a movie, you sit there for an hour, the movie sucks ass. Do you continue for another hour, or do you just leave?
Now I know the right answer.
No, there's no right answer. It's just like, most people will probably sit through it
Right.
because they already spent the money and the time. Might as well. But the sunken ships theory is the best decision now is just, let's not waste more time. Let's just do something I want to do.
So, like, if it were me in that position, you didn't even ask for advice, but I'm giving unsolicited advice. Thank you. Sorry. Okay, I would continue with nursing, just because you know life is not perfect.
Again, sunk cost. She's already wasted so much time. Might as well.
You can be like, I'm gonna take a year off to like explore my dreams. You know, that's not how it works. I would continue with nursing, but I would have this mindset of like, maybe nurse, because you don't know what you want to do right now. So even if you quit nursing, then what, right? I would just continue with nursing, maybe even become a nurse, and who knows, maybe your artsiness, your creativity, and then mixed with your nursing knowledge, you have this amazing idea or this amazing opportunity presents itself. That's
And then she's just so miserable from being a nurse, and yet is so creative that she becomes a serial killer who uses her nurse skills to mutilate people in an artistic way and lays them out as like decorations for people to find. Question mark. So I don't know. I don't know if we want to mix her nursing with her artistic style. 'Cause she's going to end up, like I said, becoming a serial killer who turns people into art. Question mark. I don't think we want that.
the moment where you need to be like, I gotta take a risk, I gotta take a chance. But like, I know a lot of people that are like, no, I can't. Like, I need this stability now. Like, I already went through nursing school, so I'm not gonna give it up for this. That's when I would, you know, do something. But oh my god, I was lost for so long. I was working so many random jobs, so I totally feel you. And you just feel like everybody knows what they're doing, and you're the only one that doesn't know what you're doing. But it's a lie. Literally, nobody knows what they're doing. Like, that's what you think. I don't know what I'm doing. My sister doesn't know what she's doing. Like, nobody knows what anybody's doing.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary when you think about it. Thank you for confiding in us.
This video.
That's it for today's juicy confessions, guys. What are your thoughts? Do we all need therapy? Do we all need Jesus? Leave it in the comments. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure
That's that is that video. We got a lot of discussion out of this one. What was the thing got so hung up on? Oh yeah, the dream cheating is dream cheating? Question mark. And even more specifically, is dream cheating if you're going out of your way to partake in dream cheating? Question mark. Like you're actually forcing lucid dreaming so that you can engage in dream cheating? Question mark. Like I could not like get off of that. That is just like oof. Also, again, if you've been watching the Daily Node series, again, if there's any objects, random little household objects or any little knickknacks that you would like to see me make, then let me know. Like it's easier just to like ask anybody in every single video that I make if there's any objects that I should be making. I do have the list here of stuff I still need to make. A table that matches the odd chair from the second video, so an odd table. The bottle that I have in real life. Boba tea and syringe, because that came up in the video, the last R.A.D video, which, what was it, like the internet horrors of Vietnam, there was a 3D model of boba tea and syringe, and I was like, oh, you know what? Let me make my own boba tea and syringe 3D model as well, just because, just have something to make. So that was that. Of course, today I made a shelf. Today in the daily node, episode 3 or day 3, I guess. But yep, I don't know if I have anything else to say. I think we are good. So yeah, I think we can go ahead and end. So yeah, cuties, thanks for watching. Remember to buy my stickers if they by becoming a member. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, so you can watch them and subscribers. And don't forget we have a throne now as well. And shout out to the members, EmmyStarr, RaleyDrew, and alexgkiller 880. Yeah, cuties, thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode. Like, subscribe, hype. Don't forget the hype. Subscribe and comment. Another do. See ya.